and welcome. I hope that I can help you learn just some of the basics of guitar, some of the basic chords, and then maybe even get you onto a song today. So there are four chords that are used in pretty much every worship song ever. We start with G. So with G, what we're going to do is we're going to start at the bottom with our pinky, the very bottom string out of the 6 strings. So we're going to call it 6th string. We're going to call this top one 1st string. So on string 6, we're going to be on our 3rd fret in. So each one of these sets is a fret. Okay, so we're on the 3rd fret in on the last string, on the 6th string. And with our next finger, that's our, what is that, our ring finger? Yeah, ring finger. I have a ring on it, there you go. On our ring finger, we put on the same fret, so that's on the 3rd fret. So there's 2 fingers down so far, both on this 3rd fret. Okay, then you're going to be taking your pointer finger and putting it on the 2nd string down from the top and the 2nd fret. And then your middle finger is going to go on the top string on the 3rd fret. So what you're going to end up having is 3 fingers on the 3rd fret, top string and the last 2 strings. And on the 2nd fret, you're going to have only the 2nd string. Okay, so that is a G. So please, if you're watching this video, I want you to try playing it along. So try just playing a G. And just make sure that it sounds the same as my G, because if it doesn't sound the same, you're holding one of these fingers down incorrectly. Or if you start hearing a buzz, I'm going to try to get a buzz. Let's see if I can do it. Do you hear that buzz? That's because I'm not pushing down these fingers hard enough. So you really have to be pushing down the fingers hard enough. And when you have your fingers down, notice how I'm pushing straight down, like straight into the fretboard. That's to make sure that I'm not touching any of the other strings next to it. That's a G. Okay, so now that we have a G shape, we can actually change to all these other 4 chords very, very easily. These are what I call my cheater chords, because this isn't actually a proper G, but it's close enough. Okay, so G, and then what we're going to do for a C is we're going to take both these top 2 fingers and move each one down 1 string. So the same frets, but down 1 string. So this finger and this finger go down 1 string. The bottom 2 fingers stay in the exact same spot. Those 2 fingers are going to stay there the entire song, or the entire 4 chords. Okay, so now this is called a C, and my pointer finger is on the 3rd string down on the 2nd fret. 3rd string, 2nd fret. And my middle finger is on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. That's a C. What's nice about this C and the G is you can switch very quickly back and forth because these 2 fingers stay locked. Just try switching back and forth between those 2 strings, those 2 chords. Alright, let's just try that C by itself. Alright, so make sure that you sound the same as me, otherwise you're pressing something wrong. So then rewind the video and check again. 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then your bottom 2 strings, 3rd fret. Okay, so we know G, we know C, now we're going to do E minor, which is like this. So the bottom 2 fingers stay in the same spot the whole time. Okay, so in E minor, what's going to happen is your pointer finger is going to move up a string, and it's going to be on the second string, second fret, and the middle finger is going to be on the third string, second fret. So now you have 2 fingers on the second fret and 2 fingers on the third fret. This is an E minor. Just try it a little bit. Make sure that you have the same E minor as me, the same sound. Alright, I'm going to now do G, C, then E minor, and see if you can switch along with me. Alright, so now we have 3 chords, G, C, E minor. Now we're going to do a D, but this is actually a D sus. Okay, but whenever you see a D, you can use a D sus. It's just going to sound slightly more excited, more happy, more higher pitched, sort of. So you can always use a D sus, but there are times when a D is better. But when you're starting out, just stick with the cheater D, the D sus. So what's going to happen is you're going to lift both these top 2 fingers. These 2 fingers stay locked the entire time, and you're going to just use your pointer finger. Okay, not your middle finger, your pointer finger, and you're going to put it onto the 4th string from the top or 3rd from the bottom, and 2nd fret. Now, it's really important that you use your pointer finger, not your middle finger. So your middle finger just has to be loose, because this means you can switch to a D more naturally later on when you get better. So this is a D sus. So, one other thing to say about a D / D sus is you want to use your thumb to just sort of mute the top 2. That just means that you're touching them barely so that they don't make a sound. That way you can strum without being worried. Basically, these top 2 strings are useless, so you don't want to play the top 2 strings. That's a D sus. Now I'm going to show you a D and see how quickly you can switch between a D and a D sus. So what you're going to do is take this middle finger and put it on the bottom string on the 2nd fret. So now you can take your pinky off. Now your pinky is useless. Now this is a D. And you can switch to a D sus by just adding that pinky and doing nothing else. Alright, so now we know all 4 chords. If you need a refresher, rewind, but I'm going to try playing each chord one at a time and switching in between them, and try to follow along if you can. So remember, these bottom 2 fingers stay locked the entire time. We're going to go from a G to a C to an E minor to a D. C, C, now an E minor, E minor, D. All right, so that is just the basics of how to play those 4 chords. There are more chords, but I'll just start with those. And if you have it, then please find the chords for I'm Trading My Sorrows, which I shall find in a second for myself. Trading My Sorrows, there you go. Which are exactly those 4 chords. But what's really nice is that we can use this thing called a capo in order to basically play any song you want. But eventually sometimes you'll have to capo way too far up for it to be useful, which is why we do want other chords eventually. But for now, capo second, so that means capo second fret. And what that means is everything that you just did, starting from here, you're just now going to start from here. So our G is third. So let's just talk about those bottom locked in fingers. It's the third fret in, just like it was before, but it's third fret from your capo now. Okay, so now we've got a G, C, E minor, D, G, B, C, 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 E minor, minor, D. I'm trading my sorrows. I'm trading my shame. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading my pain. I'm laying them down for the joy of the Lord. We're singing yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, yes, Lord, amen. All right, so that's just the course and the interlude, I guess. So it's very simple. It's just those 4 chords, and that's for most songs. That's all you're ever gonna need. Now I'm gonna switch over so you can see my strumming hand. So let's just move this so we have a little bit more room to work with. Oh, did that work? That might be too much. Well, that'll work. Okay, so you're going to see my strumming hand now. And I'm just going to do it very, very slowly to start. And then from there you can sort of go along with me. As well as to start, it's okay if you just go downstroke. So I'm trading my sorrow. I'm trading my shame. So you can do that as well. So if you really have a hard time with the strumming, I do suggest you try learning one thing at a time. So if you're having troubles with the chords, focus on that. Just do downstrokes. If this is easy for you, then start on the strumming here. So I'll just do it once or twice, and then I'll explain it to you. Okay, so all that I'm doing here is I'm going down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. So I'm actually doing like down, down, up, down is actually 2 chords. So down, down on the G, and then up, down. And that was on the C. Now it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. I'm trading my sorrows. I'm trading So I hope this helps you get started on some of the basic worship songs, and yeah, that the four regular chords, G, C, E minor, and D, as well as the basic strumming pattern that sort of will have variations of it throughout different songs, but I hope that it helps you get started.